Hey, welcome back. Today I just wanted to share my progress in the never-ending quest to find ways to reload revolvers. I'm not a cop with 30 years experience or anything like that, so I'm not really that good at reloading revolvers. But I know that a lot of people carry speed strips. This is a Zeta 6 speed loader, and this one is one of the ones where you just pop open the cylinder and it's already in a configuration that'll line up with all the chambers, and if you work it in there just so, you can rip the thing off, and then you got a full load in the gun. Okay. Better than a pocket full of shells, but this is still bulky. Doesn't fit well in the pocket. I'm sure you could probably find a pouch or something to put this in, but I've not ever done that. I honestly haven't used this to carry because it's bulky. I do have some flat speed strips, and I have carried those, and reloading with those is kind of a pain because you're only doing it two shells at a time, 2 cartridges at a time. They do have these Zeta strips that are offset. I'll say like these 3 like these 3 sockets are right here, so that you can, and then the speed strip continues on in like a zigzag pattern. Maybe I'll put a picture up or something of one of those, but it goes in that shape so that you can put more in at a time. But basically the ones that are straight or almost straight are only going to allow you to put in 2, maybe 3 cartridges at a time. So they're not super fast. Faster than pulling shells out of your pocket and dropping them in, but not fast. They do have bigger speed loaders that have like the button releases and twist releases, and there's a bunch of different kinds of speed loaders out there, and everybody's got their opinion on them. There's people that do competitions and they like the ones with the buttons, and yeah, that's all great. But to carry, I don't want to carry one of those. It's too bulky. So the latest gimmick that I came across is the what do we call this here? A Wrapid loader. Now, if you follow revolver stuff, you've probably seen this. There was a video about this that was posted a long time ago, and it sounded like maybe it was a product that was being developed but never actually got manufactured. But it's in production now, and you can go order one. It costs, this one costs $50, another $5 in shipping, so you're looking at, actually it was $60, excuse me, it was $60 with $5 shipping, so $65 to get this. Now you do get this lovely packaging, and you also get a nice little cardboard box here with a lovely leather pouch formed very nicely, and that will hold your speed loader, and you can put this on a belt. It's a little stiff because this is still brand new, never actually worn this, but anyway, cool little pouch. But loading this up is kind of a pain, so you wouldn't want to put cartridges in this in a hurry, that's for sure. But you drop them in. If I can get them all in here. The last one's a pain because you got to hold it open or for it to unlock to allow cartridge to go in. All right, so there you go. Now the issue I have with this is this rattling, because this amount of play in all these cartridges means that it might not align correctly when you go to put it in the gun. But anyway, before we do that, you lay it flat, you drop it in the holster here, and there's a little bit of slop in here. But since it's spring-loaded and trying to wrap up all the time, it tends to want to stay in. So it's not going to fall out unless you're being, I don't know, if you're doing cartwheels or something crazy, then I guess it could fall out because there's nothing retaining it other than a little bit of friction. But anyway, so you'd have this on your belt, you run out of ammo, you pop open the cylinder, empty it out, and then you get your Wrapid loader out. You draw this out, it wraps up. You go to put it in the gun, and it's not lining up right. There we go. And then you rip it off. Close it up, you're good to go. Again, problem I have with this is those cartridges don't, it's so easy to get them to not line up. And this is the best case scenario right here, these snap caps I'm using, because they're round nose. This is basically a model of a lead round nose cartridge, 38 special. If you're using hollow points, if you're using semi-wad cutters or, God forbid, wad cutters, this isn't going to line them up very well to put in your gun. This is going to be a pain in the butt, and you're not going to be able to do this very well in a stressful situation, in my opinion. Now, this, even though it has its challenges as well, and it's bulkier to carry, it does a lot better job at lining up the cartridges so they meet up with the cylinder. There's no play in these really. I mean, they can flex a little bit, but they want to go right back where they came from, and then they all align. The biggest problem I have with it is that you always get interference with the grips, and sometimes in this case it looks like we're even really close to the cylinder release button. But it works smoother. I'll say it works smoother than the Wrapid loader. And I think the problem with the Wrapid loader is that it's just not, it's not as snug as it needs to be. And that may be partially a product of, I don't know. I guess maybe I don't want to diagnose it right here. I mean, I can make my own guesses and speculation on what could be done to improve this, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of flex in this. I mean, this is almost turned into a snail shell coil thing here, the angles that can perform. And I don't know how you get around that exactly. It's a fantastic idea. I just don't know that it's implemented as well as it could be. So needless to say, I'm not going to be carrying this. I might experiment with trying to tighten up all these little pivot points and see if that firms it up so that it lines up with the cylinder better. But it's too easy to misalign it when you go to insert the cartridges. Releasing it is great. I think that method of having it unroll, unlock all the cartridges and releasing them as you pull, that's super cool, man. That is a really cool idea. It's just getting the cartridges in there that's the difficult part, which is really the difficult part with any of these speed loaders, or even loading cartridge at a time, getting it lined up just right and in there. That's the trick. That's the speed. That's the part where you need speed. And if it's not going to help with that, it's not very helpful. So anyway, that's what I have to share. I guess you could say I got I got caught up in the gimmick of some new gizmo to make me a better shooter, when really what you probably should be doing, what I probably should be doing, is practice. And I definitely need some practice. Things have not allowed that for me lately. Work's been crazy, personal life's been crazy. So, you know, sometimes the gadgets are good, sometimes they're not. This one just, man, I want it to be good, but I don't think it's going to work for me. Let me know what you think. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye.